Claire and Raoul are hiding in their apartment as the man sent by Keller breaks in to murder them. Claire calls her landline and pretends to be at the hospital. She manages to get rid of him. Hassan reunites with his mother. He confesses to her that he lost his friend and his family. He wonders why she didn't join them 25 years ago. She explains that after her family's departure for France, she had one goal in mind: earn enough money to find Hassan and his dad. In Senegal, 1995, she worked hard, but her boss was a thief, and he decided to cut the pay of all his staff in half. Mariama stood her ground but got fired, so she decided to take the money, but she got caught and arrested. When Hassan called her in prison, she was ashamed and couldn't do anything for him. When she got out, she had nothing left. She had to become a thief. Hassan then gets a call from Claire, who knows who he is, and she urges him to help her and Raoul. He rushes there and reunites with them. He hugs his son, and Claire is overwhelmed with joy to see him alive. He takes them to a hideout and are amazed as they explore it. They meet Hassan's mother, and they all share a group hug. A flashback to 1998 shows Hassan and Bruno during the World Cup final. Keller obliged Hassan and Bruno to rob a jewelry store for him. He was the getaway driver, but it went wrong. Keller made Bruno shoot a police officer that was chasing them. He crashed the car and crawled from the wreckage. Hassan pulled out Bruno, and then he put the gun used to shoot the officer into Keller's hands. Keller then got imprisoned. That's why he's been planning his revenge with the help of Manon, an old friend of Hassan's. In the present day, Hassan tells his family that the Minister of the Interior, Florent, can get anyone out of jail. He knows that he is corrupt, so he's looking for something to use against him to get Ben released. His mother is against the plan. She'd rather hire a good lawyer for Benjamin. Hassan promises to leave in a couple days. He just needs to tie up some loose ends first. Hassan meets the minister by pretending to be a colonel from Chad. He breaks into his office and opens his safe. It turns out his mother is also helping him with this endeavor. She knew that he was up to something, and he told her that Keller won't let this go, so they planned to find together something on the minister. She distracted the guard while Hassan broke into his office, opened the safe, and Mariama later emptied the safe. They then reunited in the courtyard and fled through the tunnels. Hassan left his phone in the minister's office. Once outside, Hassan calls him and demands the release of Benjamin. Otherwise, he'll send the incriminating phone to the press. Hassan confronts Manon and makes her betray Keller and call him to arrange an appointment with him at the Arc de Triomphe. She wants to meet him so that they sell the pearl to a potential buyer that she found. Hassan texts Gedira a picture of the location and a clue regarding the black pearl. Gedira calls Sofia to inform her so that they intervene. Hassan shows up in Manon's place and confronts Keller for taking advantage of him and Bruno when they were just kids. He orders him to hand the pearl, which he does. Hassan then puts the pearl in a rose and offers it to a woman nearby. Gedira and Lieutenant Sofia arrive at the tourist trap to arrest Keller. Hassan takes Claire's advice when she told him to give himself up. He allows Gedira to arrest him, but asks for the release of Benjamin. He also asks for the complete Lupin series by Maurice Leblanc in his cell. Bruno finds the woman that Hassan gave the rose to, and he gets it back with the pearl as well. The 4 tickets that Claire bought are for herself, Raoul, Hassan's mother, and Benjamin, who joins them at the train station. He also hands her a letter that Hassan wrote for her. Hubert Pellegrini, the billionaire who framed Hassan's father Babacar and who Hassan sent to prison, is held in the same jail as Hassan. Pellegrini sends Hassan a picture of him as a boy holding Maurice Leblanc's Arsène Lupin book.